Arisen, I knew you loved this world too much to leave it behind. What has become of the world? Would that there were someone who could explain this madness.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my speciality.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns. What has become of the world? Would that there was someone who could explain this madness.
Oh, that took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen? You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
I do not understand. What has befallen our world?
Who would wish for such a calamity? I refuse to let this be the end of things.
Still waiting on that report.
We must find more manuscripts on this topic.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
These writings could be of import.
Shall we take a closer look?
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies. and fell upon the land with fang and claw. Luz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed, then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would hear the truth from your lips. Tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate. And speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that, I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master! How long I've slept. Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead. I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. What has become of the world? Would that there were someone who could explain this madness.
Whatever our squabbles may have been, I trust you understand that setting this world to rights takes precedence.
Very well. I shall return.
Come to think of it, I've just remembered a curious rumor I overheard once. Seems there's an illness pawns can catch beyond the rift that has devastating consequences for those around them. Worse still, the pawn never knows they're sick. They just become restless and flippant and won't heed the Arisen. Can that really be true? I don't like the sound of it at all.
Now, mayhap you'll think twice before doubting what I tell you, eh?
To arms! You are mighty indeed, Arisen. If I might be so bold as to speak my mind, look how many women we count among our number. And I've no objections. Execution. Would that we might always be so in step, eh? Feast your eyes on this!
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of Vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied and sought ere greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One. The being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Was all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of a new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just, and fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here. For this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
Making this place a refuge is a splendid idea. 'Tis safe and apt to become quite cheerful once a crowd settles in. 'Tis as you say.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
We too once bore the mantle of Arisen, though no longer. As we walked our respective paths, each of us lost the incomparable strength of will that made us Arisen. One in despair of the dragon's boundless might, one in pursuit of vengeance's cold comfort, and one for fear of what fate held in store. Yet you bear it still, Arisen One. Hold fast to your strength of will, for it shall doubtless lend you the strength you will need to spare this world its end. Hold fast to your strength of will, Arisen One. It shall doubtless lend you the strength you will need to spare this world its end.
The Mad Sovereign's power yet girds this place. It could prove the last bastion of hope for the people of this world. Alas, 'twill not hold forever. The coming destruction can only truly be forestalled if 'tis sundered at its heart. The coming destruction can only...
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. I myself learned the art by deciphering ancient texts. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness it to your benefit. Yet I put myself at your disposal, in the event ye may have need of me. The dragon is the embodiment of destructive force, though this does not mean that it is evil. Understand this. The concepts of good and evil are mortal inventions, and thus cannot be applied to the dragon. It is a being of a higher order, as are ye, now that the dragon has marked ye, setting ye apart from your fellows. The Arisen is a transcendent being, always chosen by the dragon. It marks for itself the individual who must fell it. Thus, when the dragon is made manifest, so too is an Arisen. And should that Arisen fall, another shall rise in their place. The cycle is doomed to continue till the dragon is felled, for that is what the will of this world has ordained. I am the husk of he who was once Arisen. My final battle against the dragon culminated in the loss of the will that should have seen me bring the creature low. Thus, as the Arisen is defined by the strength of their will, from that moment on I was Arisen no longer. Such is the world's will. I dare say it compels me e'en now to impart upon ye all the knowledge I possess. The Godswain, forgive me, but I've ne'er heard of such a thing. However, some years past, a sorcerer of Batal came to me seeking knowledge of the dragon. It appeared his intent was to alter the will of the world through mortal means. Perhaps there is some connection. Then go. But visit me again when ye have spilled draconic blood. Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. I myself learned the art by deciphering ancient texts. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness it to your benefit. Then I bid ye farewell, and safe travels.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
I wish I knew your restraint, Arisen. but I do miss the luxury of an ox cart now that they're not operating. There really was no finer way to travel.
A shame, but the roads have grown ever more perilous of late.
That dragon far exceeds that of other monsters.
Situation, which means there's naught for it but to stand and fight. Cannot mend. Any last words?
What a feat! The creature is vanquished! And it appears the Red Cloud's advance has been stalled as well.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
Nandawin fe no Indiran a Newman.
Gana el Gemenhum.
Dear Alcaliel.
Metene fi Melton.
Nefernis a Leafkill?
Pelenol Wende, Sinde, Soron.
I fear for the arbor.
Red with
It
fury.
would seem there is... My friend, how glad I am to see you yet live. When word reached me of your uncanny disappearance, I admit I feared the worst. What has become of this world? Our people fear for the future. We cannot be sure we will be safe here, yet this place is all we know. You think we need to evacuate? I see. And you know of a place where we might find refuge? I should gladly follow you, but I fear my father will not be so easily persuaded. Nonetheless, we can but try. Come.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven people.
Follow me. I will try to convince my father.
Ilmen Arenfanne.
Findelnar, ne veo nolwende lis kemen, moriven lis erumar meltol netara.
Kasinke telpe nun findaler, nun mor arda her. Fionar elwe arfarne nenwen sur orne, I avstir lalastar, nun falesmir malananon.
Mornambue roth enfane avasilmines fana. Nevea tara morevin. Lis fa aldakar kemen rose oi andil. Kemen rose elame mor orne arenka liasur. Lia morevin onduiroth mine falis ne kenalien martir. Palan venis in heranon eluisoronne eruor.
Nun lis amanda kill angadur fermor.
Kemen rose andil soron russa ne karilm ilarato. Ne chiamenran en firiav la sestir. Eame via angamar en aldaia. Moretele erando morivun telume?
Findalnar, morivin les charmenan? Nefa oyo sur. Airando vanitol manantar. Minas vana toralia.
Alcarwa fir nun eldaya. Ane martir, tindome ingarina fa alme Alcarwa? Et aler, lea fermor eldalia eralotte. Sorne an fameltol, vanelin huror soron. Kasinke telpe nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon, anne arte her firnis. Nullis amanda kill angadur.
Only time will tell whether the cutting shall take root. For now, let us make for the seafloor shrine.
Fear not.
'Tis well in hand.
A piece of the Arbor Heart goes with you. Keep her close. She is very important to us.
Alana fire mine.
Let us guide the people to the seafloor shrine. We may only be buying time, but 'tis better than doing nothing at all.
Still, 'tis easier said than done. The people may not believe us, even should we make our case.
Non lia tilmo.
Ronde Minotaur.
Akayel fil Kalawin nun li aram. Nun we. Akayel arume fa in Itarond etel. Eldalia nun we. Finantai. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
The monsters left us a parting gift.
I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen, and it seems
Alcarua sil non via palan. My timifir melto.
Menen verdinten. Cassian arke.
Kasinke telpi nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon, anne arta her firnis. Aidalia anandor, nun lintan. Heror anne oia fermor, anendune falumtena?
Nenamboe javstir uru findelnar. Liateren ayale. Kemen ros urun leteren, ne romen anartelpe minasvana. Nun kemen ros osto luin eldalia, ne kemen vea alcarua.
Luintarme kinalen meltol, parante lume anlis, ne kemen kayayinju mun sil. Ne meltol linkan aldacar an fir nun fiamor. Morivin paran vanis tiel?
Palan hier menran, lis fa arnefane. Arte har lis manasvana fui numen alecan, elorato ala, nun mor arta her. Firnis an erumar isilrod et peller. Nenwen mor aiwanon, alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume sur carilm. Iavstir lalastar, nun falasmir magananon?
I thank you, friend. It would be no exaggeration to say that you have saved my people.
Your fight continues, does it not? Be well, and come back safe.
I admire your dedication, Master. It is no small feat to hone one's skills so fine.
There's always room for improvement, after all.
Ilmen arenfanne.
Dilme isilrod nun alda. Malan.
Nun ve oyonda atar.
'Tis about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master? Twould seem our fight is not yet done. We were battle-ready when they found us. This shan't be long. 'Tis easily done. This brute has quite the temper. A reckless opponent makes for easy prey. 'Tis easily done. You'll not live to regret this. The Arisen has been rendered unconscious. All the ill timing. I shan't allow any who harm the Arisen to go free. I'll harvest what I can, should it please you. I shall summon a storm to blow our foes away. Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed. Leave it to me, Arisen. This material is just what we need to better our equipment. Huzzah! This has put me in a grand mood. Surely not. There are more who can yet be saved. Let us begin with the place most likely to be marked for destruction. Battle is best avoided here. crushing success!
Just think what we could achieve if we honed our talents further.
At last, a chance to use this.
I will finish all the fiends and cursing spells. Given the chance, will summon forth an army of spirits.
I doubt things serve it winning me. Not so exhilarating. Rally! Reinforcements have come to aid our foe. Come an empty and foe, master. That was superb. Stout undead, listen. Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat? I knew you would prevail, Master. A few more victories like that and we'll have them running for the hills. Huzzah! You've done it! The fire must be put out ere our comrade burns.
Methinks there are rare materials to be found hereabouts.
Well, well, that's quite a discovery.
Not even Burnworth was safe from the pool of destruction. Now we face a foe no less ruthless than the dragon.
True, but take heart. For even if all the world should buckle before its might, the Arisen shall not falter. I shall lead the charge! We've arrived well enough. Where to next? I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
Ah, my friend. Full glad am I to see you safe. All the more so in these calamitous times. If you have come on pressing matters, might I ask you to first bring them to Captain Brant? I have come to depend upon his counsel, truth be told. Ah, my friend. Full glad am I to see you safe. If you have come on pressing matters, might I ask you to first...
This is more than I bargained for.
I'd sooner stay out of battle where it's possible.
Our soldiers need better training.
When does my watch turn my I've clean forgotten?
Good. Can't let myself get distracted.
Got to keep moving.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world? Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
'Tis admirable how Regent Kinsven has taken up command of the kingdom. We would be remiss not to offer him our aid.
Fear not, 'tis well in hand.
Try all I might. I can't get this.
Working these streets.
There's ought to be said.
If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
I've been on my feet. My legs.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
All my peers seem so much more capable.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health.
Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you, but I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy. What are you doing? Unhand me at once! Guards, help me!
You have brought Mother to me, I see. My thanks, friend. You have done me a great service.
Sven.
You may leave us. Now that we can speak without a door twixt us, I am confident that I can persuade her. Not what to make of this.
What's to be done about this?
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow. I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
That's such peace.
I'm trained for this. I swear I've not blinked once in the last hour.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Thankless job, this.
Lost track of time.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Oh, got to keep moving.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Apologies, but I can't offer you a ride, sir. You air try cooking. Harder than it looks.
Greetings. What brings you here?
Somehow my feet always carry me.
Do stop and look. I've wares of every ilk.
You air try cooking.
As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. His Grace is welcome to them.
We have chartered the ox carts as requested. 'Tis a pleasant change for things to go so smoothly, eh, Master?
Not a bad idea.
We shall await you here, Master. May our parting be brief.
Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided, had I only been more attentive. If I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement of those carts? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
My thanks.
Sometimes I wonder. Can't wait for the new equipment to come in. I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
Not that such peace.
I've trained for this.
I dare say I could forget all my
Sure I can handle this. But
Those new recruits barely lift their swords.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
I'm unsure how best to proceed. My sword.
Nothing more pathetic than begging for your life.
Just nodded off for a moment there.
All this quiet makes me come o'er anxious.
Must hold out till someone comes to read me.
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
We meet again, Arisen.
The world's gone topsy-turvy, and I reckon it isn't an improvement. Reckon I'm not the best choice of leader.
Greetings. I expect you must be weary from your travels, but you'll find this hot spring well worth the trip. Its healing waters draw upon the volcano's natural heat. Take a dip, and your fatigue shall melt away in moments. Always a pleasure.
I only pray tonight's patrons will be about ready to fall asleep. If I could, I'd never leave.
How am I to protect those dearest to me when the very world is falling apart before my eyes?
Don't suppose you know of any gameful opportunities?
How can I be smuggled through what's right?
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink. Far better here.
I must earn.
Your fight continues, does it not? Be well, and come back safe.
Still, the fact that you yet live means there is some hope left to us. I had a feeling you'd come to see me today.
This sort of quiet means all well. Father taught me the family well.
I do like it here, but it can get very dark.
This. I'm in no hurry to leave. Any chance to be alone is a welcome.
A lonely place. But not without its charms.
Fancy a look at my wares?
I feel as good as new. Let the adventure continue. I'll... be ready to tackle whatever comes. No quarrel here.
Well parched. Sand. Best be heading home. Wait for your equipment to come.
The Batali Knights use this place to train. You're not one of us, so I cannot imagine you've any business being here. Pray, leave us in peace. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as 'twere. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
Tis as you say.
Wearing armor all day.
I'm at ease here.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
No matter what befalls us.
take on any number of foes.
Give no quarter!
No quarrel here. If I might be so bold as to speak my mind?
The private quarters of one Arisen I served had many a visitor, and rarely the same one.
You've given me much to think about.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
This brute has quite the temper. A reckless opponent makes for easy prey. It is easily done.
The creature is defeated! Here's hoping this will be enough to forestall the Red Cloud's advance for a while.
Boulder looks mighty heavy, but we might just be able to move it if we combine our efforts.
I say we give it a push and see what happens. Forgive me, but there's another matter I've been bursting to speak of. Namely,
Is your pack not overburdensome? Oh, you carry so much. I worry for your poor spine.
Oh, I should tell you, there's a forgotten riftstone nearby. I found it beyond the rift. Shall we go there now?
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful, the path seems much changed since last we walked it.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny, they have their uses.
Fancy a look at my wares? You can't go in yet, sir. You haven't paid.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
Polishing my armor can wait till the morning.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. It would be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
'Tis as you say.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Did you want something? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Of course ye'd make a decent request like that. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Seeing as you're the one asking. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but you've my word. I'll get them to safety.
Sir Lamont shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
That's just what I was thinking.
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
Look! Master, a treasure chest! We shall have to find a way to reach it.
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamont's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact.
That's just what I was thinking.
Alas, there'll be no sailing out in my boat after this.
It's quiet about.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Much obliged, sir.
You're a worrywart, aren't you, Arisen? I can handle all our healing needs, I assure you.
I ask, but I have no answers. 'Tis beyond my understanding. What will become of us? What malignant twist of fate has brought this chaos to pass? 'Tis a joy to see you again. What will become of us? What malignant twist of fate has brought this chaos to pass? The intent here escapes me.
Well met, sir. How might I... be of service? Do come again.
Tis no small wonder that ox carts have seen.
Ah, there you are. I could use a bit of company. Surely you'll be willing to hear my request. Much obliged. Much obliged. Here you are. You've earned a reward.
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness. To your benefit. Then I bid ye farewell.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here? The so-called Forbidden Magic Research Lab appears to have been...
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas. The people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate, Master. Due caution is advised, methinks.
You've pushed your luck too far.
That's quite enough.
Haven't you had enough yet?
The one who started this.
Stop this nonsense, the pair of you.
Looking for aught in particular?
Oi! I saw it first. Pho, trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into him. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
Aye, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
Stop this, father!
Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to share it.
You mean with me? For true? Thanks. I'm half starved.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them. Thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, it would seem we were both but looking out for our children, eh?
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children fed. We've no reason to quarrel.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show, we are none of us so different.
Huzzah! You've done it!
Me? I sell defense. Now, this hardly bears saying, but don't you... Always a pleasure.
Welcome, and well met. Do come again.
A customer then. That changes things.
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Narborough, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you!
Lest you get caught in the fray.
Have you lost your wits? Keep your distance!
Keep back! I do not wish to injure you.
You dare violate the sanctity of our jewel?
Show them what for!
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay, 'twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory, but you fought fair and capably.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say.
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
Whatever's to be done.
I'm looking for aught in particular.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
If you are no brave, don't you dare let me down!
Interested in my wares?
Hang in there! You'll pull through! Mercy! Hang in there! You'll pull through!
Hold fast to your convictions. What am I to do? I'll not be cowed so easily. Hold fast to your convictions.
Have mercy!
You plan to roll over and die then?
Well met, sir.
Teach me to steel yourself.
Doesn't belong to us. 10 times stronger than I'll ever be. Fine. This one's got thick skin.
You're telling me? I don't think I've got another punch left in me.
Bah. I can't stomach more quarreling after this. It's drained the fight right out of me.
Too right. I've clean forgotten what we were arguing about to begin with, if I'm honest.
Their tempers do appear to be quelled, but I hope you aren't injured, Master.
That is one step too far.
Go on, have a look.
Why is no one to expect?
The citizenry speak highly of your deeds, Sir Arisen. It seems you have made rather an impact. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. Methink pray. Return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your achievements. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day, Sir Arisen. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts. Thanks to your efforts, pray. Return to Her Majesty, and
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude. For it seems your efforts have served to remind the people of this nation of their common purpose. We would present you with this gift, as a small token of our esteem, and wish you good fortune on your journey, wheresoe'er it may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phaesus. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our proposal is an unwelcome one.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
Batal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
A resounding success! entered late.
Mayhap we'll have some fish for today, sir. Not a single shade of slip.
We must needs do aught within our power to forestall this impending calamity.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Heed your senses. If aught feels out of place, it could very well be a trap.
Pray, speak up should you notice aught amiss.
Only here may I plumb the depths of my own soul.
Should I trace life to its source, what might I find?
Fancy a gander? Fine wares,
Some peace and quiet. Interested in my wares?
The port crystal is set, but we'll have need of a ferry stone should we seek to make use of it.
What am I supposed to do?
It's not lost for a moment. Looking for aught in particular.
Oh, there's something written here.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Yeah, my back's
What to make of this?
Leave off before you earn my spite.
What a racket.
Now, where was I headed?
Say, have I seen you around?
I'll do what I can here. And why not? Rather have aught to do than stand round twiddling my thumbs.
Well met. Mayhap that's enough.
We must needs do aught within our power to forestall this impending calamity.
As good a place as any.
This has gone from bad to worse.
We fight! Arisen, I shan't let you go. Arisen is in your charge. You'll not live to regret this. What a feat! The creature is vanquished! And it appears that
Thank you, friend. I dread to think what might have become of me had you not happened along when you did. This place does not have long left, I fear. We ought to get to safety, though I have to wonder if anywhere is safe now. I'd gladly accompany you, believe me. But the others here? Well, suffice to say, they won't be able to join us. Follow me. You'll see what I mean.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
after you, Arisen.
'Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set captured pawns to work. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Underlings like myself were given orders, and little else, you see. Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking to a wall. You'd have more luck. I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel to abandon them here, all the same. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns doesn't sit well with me. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. Either that, or the current state of the world helps to put things in perspective. At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of to get them out, but naught's done any good. I'm at rather a loss.
The command came a month ago or more. We are to remain here, and so we remain.
I implore you, Arisen. Take me with you.
So they're staying here because they were ordered to remain. And they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. I wonder why they saw fit to speak with you. But never mind that. More importantly, you've given me an inkling of the problem at hand. 'Twas the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and ran for his life. But on his way out, he used that artifact they call the God's Way to command the pawns to protect him. I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referring to. But why would they continue to obey when the man is long gone? Unless... Listen, friend. I've a thought. What say you have a look around and see what you can turn up? If the Overseer's command is indeed still in effect, it could be that he is lurking somewhere not far from here. Use that key to have a look around. It should open any doors you come across. Best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well. I have a feeling he's still lurking about here somewhere.
Circumstances forbid me from obeying. I pray you understand. I miscalculated.
Look! Master, a treasure chest! We shall have to find a way to reach it. Locked, I'm afraid.
Let us return once we've...
Pray, spirit me from this danger. I am sorry.
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
luck! 'Tis a chest.
Not all chests contain treasure, you know.
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
This looks as if it will take us someplace further afield. How we use it is at our discretion.
I can foresee no reason not to make use of this.
So the pawns were being held here by the power of this godsway. Now they ought to be free to make good their escape.
I like that!
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
You have my admiration. I doubt even my own master has obtained an article so rare.
have a key, do we not? Put it in the lock. We'll soon know if it is the right one.
Why? Peruse at your leisure, sir. Well met, sir. How's the day treat? Always a pleasure.
It is most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford to cut corners.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
So, there was naught left of the Overseer but bones, eh? I'll wager he thought to take the pawns with him to the grave. He always was a spiteful old goat. At any rate, I'm well grateful for your aid, friend. Now that the pawns are on their feet, methinks I can get them to safety. I only hope they'll heed my words as they have yours. But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word! Isn't this the Godsway? With this, I'll be able to guide the pawns to the refuge without delay. Now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to thank you for, my friend. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawns to safety, don't you worry.
With this, their evacuation is all but assured. Godsways are loathsome artifacts. I suppose they have their uses.
A resounding success!
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
We must needs do aught within our power to forestall this impending...
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
I can see where we need to go, but some fell power is blocking our way. Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Me off.
Goodness me.
This is unbelievable.
I shan't allow any further harm.
I near stood a chance.
You're going through.
There are too many of them. Better we cut down only those we must.
It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go. Principles unproven are as dust on the wind.
The Arisen turns blue with cold.
Follow me. Naught can be achieved without sacrifice. Enough dallying. Follow me. Fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us. Principles unproven are as dust on the wind.
Very well. I shall return. I will protect you.
There are too many of them. Better we cut down only those we must to proceed. I ill like our prospects.
Naught can be achieved without sacrifice. Beast fell powers are twice as terrible in the flesh.
Feast your eyes on this! There are too many of them. Better we cut down only those we must to proceed.
Alas, a theory unproven is of little practical use.
Then I shall remain by your side. Cut one monster down and two more replace it. We ought to ignore the rabble and focus on our true objective.
I ill like
You know the real nature of the dragon. There it is. The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
I should be glad to talk a moment.
You'll not live to regret this.
Most impressive.
Keep on like that and we'll be done here soon enough. Huzzah! Done it!
Singular creature. Is this what called the monsters forth? I should like to capture it and bring it back to the lab. There is much that might be left. Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world, and mine is to pursue its secrets. Though this land has seemingly been spared its destruction, there is no guarantee of safety. The oceans yet cloud the skies, and monsters swarm in ever greater numbers. As 'twill be difficult to continue my research under such conditions, I have decided to evacuate. I only hope that this sanctuary of yours will prove more conducive to my work.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
With command of the dragon, we can alter fate itself.
Whate'er comes, we shall hold fast to our hope.
Looking for aught in particular?
So stiff.
I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest.
No easy thing, making a living as a soldier.
I'll make a living if I get myself in this.
I swear I've not blinked once in the last hour.
If I might be so bold as to speak my mind? Have you always pursued your current vocation in your service to the Arisen?
Tis draconic in form, yet thought about it is odd.
I think we have bigger things to worry about just now.
Right. Let us see the Arisen to a glorious victory. Dragon made for a formidable enemy.
We need merely bring it low, as we would anything.
This battle is ours! I shall summon a storm to blow our foes away. Give no quarter, for yours is being done. I shall lead the charge. Of course.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Of course. I was telling you aught I know of the sea's peril, of the brine. And you'd know that if you hadn't fallen asleep the moment I'd begun. Now, 'tis common knowledge that the brine halt any ships seeking to venture into open waters. As if to say, there's naught out there, so don't bother looking. But does that not strike you as rather miserly? Even if we are to believe that there's naught across the sea, why must we be kept to our shores? I should like to confirm for myself if there's truly naught to be found, and why shouldn't I? An old man with naught, sailing out into a sea of naught, and dying for naught. Where's the harm in that? When I said as much to the brine, they only stared at me in amazement. A lie, it may all seem, but 'tis the honest truth. I've beheld it all with my own eyes.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
Time to be heading home. Wished was always night.
There's comfort in a humble thing. As they say, how am I to protect those dearest to me when the very world is falling apart before my eyes? Take care. The roads are rife with danger.
Can't afford to get hurt. I'll soon starve.
I'll pop open the chest.
There's comfort in the humble. Might I interest you in my humble wares? Hope to see you again.
I trust we only purchased what we required, Arisen.
Surely a bit of overspending every now and again cannot hurt.
Where could I have imagined such suffering?
Oh, but I do miss the luxury of an ox cart now that they're not operating. There really was no finer way to travel.
A shame, but the roads have grown ever more perilous of late.
Visions of roast meat will dance in my head tonight. For all I've stuffed myself.
I quite agree. Best we recuperate our strength before we set off again.
Mayhap I ought to be getting home. I end up feeling so quiet.
Well met, sir.
He is hoping for a...
Can I interest you in a room, sir?
Ah, how I've longed to embrace my bedroll.
What I look forward to most in my journeys is swapping tales of our adventures upon my return.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then. I hope you slept well? How curious. Time itself feels strange here.
Indeed. Aught we once held to be true is now changed.
But who would effect such a change? And for what purpose?
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Are you in the market for something in particular? Always a pleasure.
Me? I sell defensive equipment, as now, this hardly bears saying, but don't you dare try... I to take anything without always a pleasure.
With Brocker's teachings under my belt, there's nothing I can't handle. So ask away. My hammer is at your disposal, sir. Pleasure doing business with you.
Got some work for me? Can't put a price on quality.
Well met, sir. Stop by again soon.
Lorosul al-Kawa. Vindamund.
Fancy a look at my wares? So, we meet again.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
Need anything?
Stop by again soon.
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret it. Pleasure doing business with you.
Casin que talpe nun finaler.
Kemenindor, Fionar lis nun moriven.
Kemenhum nath. Kemenhum nath.
Eldalia mo neseron.
Yavtarma erume.
Arid fel sur.
Kemenhum nath.
Yet the danger has not passed. The sky still seethes with fury.
Father Nair would have evacuated the arbor,
if not for your good deeds.
Morfa Menelsar.
Kemenindor, Fionar lis nun morivin.
You're wasting your time talking to me.
And I expected to know everything.
I trust this shan't prove a waste of time.
Of course. I was telling you aught I know of the sea's peril, of the brine. And you'd know that if you hadn't fallen asleep the moment I'd begun. Now, 'tis common knowledge that the brine halt any ships seeking to venture into open waters. As if to say, there's naught out there, so don't bother looking. But does that not strike you as rather miserly? Even if we are to believe that there's naught across the sea, why must we be kept to our shores? I should like to confirm for myself if there's truly naught to be found, and why shouldn't I? An old man with naught, sailing out into a sea of naught, and dying for naught. Where's the harm in that? When I said as much to the brine, they only stared at me in amazement. A lie, it may all seem.
I beg of you, your majesty. Do whate'er you may to put an end to the foulness of the heart of all this.
Feast your eyes on a sight most entrancing. Yes? Is there something I can do for you?
How might I be of service? Fancy a look at my wares?
Do come again.
No purchases to be made today, I see.
A good merchant, no.
Ought you need me?
Looks like we've both got some time on our hands.
I've got wares of every ilk. Hope to see you again ere long.
I cannot stand to remain.
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
As the world treat.
This ox is all I have. If I lose him, I starve.
One who knew nothing of our world would never guess that this was where water once lapped the shore.
The sea recedes, and clouds of red now cover our skies. Fell omens abound.
Fancy a look at my wares? Should I get out today?
And work through any problem.
I take pride in my work. That I do.
What should I get?
treasure chest! I can hardly wait to open it.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
Dead on my feet. I've much to do yet.
Let me be the one to collect it.
I'm crying for me a rowdy time for an early. Got to work if I'm to put bread on the table. We don't run into any trouble tonight. The sooner my duties.
This show's far from over.
Another cup of tea,
Interested in my wares?
Well met, sir. Why? Peruse at your leisure, sir. Always a pleasure.
Interested in my wares? Pleasure doing business with you.
I suppose I could spare a moment to talk. I shall do what little I can to safeguard this place of refuge, that it might hold out e'en a moment longer.
I'll see to things here, cuz. You've got enough riding on your shoulders as 'tis. Hang about it. Let's have a gluggen and that.
I always have a warm welcome for a customer.
Have a look.
There's no easy thing. Wonder if there's any easy work to be had.
Oh dear.
Buy a little something, won't you? Hope to see you again.
What am I to do?
We shall do all we can to ensure that those who seek refuge here are granted some modicum of peace.
I long for the times when I was always on my feet.
It'll take a better mind than mine to solve this. I'll take any chance.
Whatever will it do? Welcome. Come back anytime.
And your will is greatest of all, Arisen One. Let it guide you along the path you ought to tread.
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
Need anything?
What am I supposed to do?